Let's talk Apocalypse Now. It's a film that has inspired many filmmakers, entertained audiences, and dared to stare into the abyss of the nature of man. It is seen as the goodbye kiss to the last of the golden era of American cinema made in the late 60s and throughout the 70s. But there's an important question to be asked. Who wrote it? There are several forces that have an influence on the film. First, there's Joseph Conrad. Apocalypse Now is an adaptation of his novella, The Heart of Darkness. Comparing it to the book, there are many allusions to his story. Marlowe, who is Willard in the film, is still narrating a journey going up a river to see a fabled man called Kurtz. There is still a run-in with indigenous people that ends in a spear to the chest. The man who worships Kurtz is still present, played by Dennis Hopper, and key lines from the novella are still kept in. But how did Conrad's Heart of Darkness, a story about the horrors in Africa's ivory trade, become a bombastic 1970s Vietnam flick?
You need a flare? No.
This is all owed to one man, John Milius.
I took a peace sign and I converted it. It's got the, you've seen the peace sign. I put nacelles on it and a tail so that it became a B-52. And then I put Apocalypse Now.
Milius was the one who had the idea of setting the story in Vietnam. The surfers, the Wagner, and the sheer epicness of the film are owed all to Milius. You can clearly see his work throughout. The man who wrote this...
But Ian, this is a .44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and would blow your head clean off. You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
is definitely the man who wrote this.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning. You know, one time we had a hail bomb? For 12 hours, when it was all over, I walked up. We didn't find one of them, not one stinking dink body. Smell! You know that gasoline smell? The whole hill. Smelled like... victory.
For one, we know it's not Conrad's novel anymore because of this. Marlowe is a soldier sent to assassinate the Green Beret Kurtz. The cannibals on the steamboat are now soldiers with individual personalities. And the Russian who worships Kurtz is now changed to an American photojournalist.
Wish I had words. I can tell you something like the other day, he wanted to kill me. Something like that.
Why do you want to kill you?
Because I took his picture.
While the core theme of the film is there are new themes introduced because of the setting. The result is awesome. But was Milius the only writer? Not entirely. Coppola did many rewrites to the script, some due to having the story work better, and others due to allowing the actors to improvise. Most importantly, Marlon Brando. Brando had not read the book or remembered his lines. Most of what he said is Coppola feeding him Milius' script, or lines that Coppola is giving which he uses to improvise. The result is surprisingly incredible.
And then I realized, like I was shot with a diamond bullet right through my forehead. And I thought, my God, the genius of that.
When we try to find the author of the film, we have to take into consideration the long monologues of Brando, the rewrites by Coppola, the script of Milius, and the novella by Conrad. It's enough to make your head spin. But what you start to see is that cinema is not just one man's work, but a collaborative effort. It takes a multitude of people to contribute to and create a great film. The film wouldn't exist as it is today without these people, and it's important to remember this fact. Cinema is collaboration.
Who's the commanding officer here?
But we want to see a winner, so it's Milius, by a landslide.
You know, really, so often people ask me, who had the idea of the helicopter battle? Who wrote those great lines? I love the smell of napalm in the morning. And I said, that's all John Milius.
Let's face it, Wagner being blasted from helicopters is Apocalypse Now, and that is 100% John Milius.
Someday this war's gonna end.